All right, I have to admit it. I want to see it work. I want to see what this time portal might be able to do, especially since apparently one of its mysterious notes is that it doesn't say here, but a gateway to more serious science fiction activities sounds really, really fascinating. And I would just really like to put some of these mysteries together, and it looks suspiciously like we could use a little bit of our space items in order to do that. So let's see what our staff members have been able to go ahead and bring back from Spoony Dunes this time. Also, we might have to consider going ahead and possibly, yes, it's a pristine one! Huzzah! Huzzah! This mysterious tablet was found on its own. We know almost nothing about it, but we're hooked. Yes! Okay, it contributes an additional knowledge. It's a prehistory mystery, and apparently it's actually an ancient ad, which makes me actually laugh quite a bit, to be honest, because that sounds so hilarious. But we do have 2 of these lone hedges now, and I think the time has come to try to learn at least a little bit more about one of them, and then we're gonna scooch the other over into literally just the helipad's cargo yard because we don't have much other room at this moment. And we're also going to see if we're able to keep charge of all of these adventures with the arrival of what I'm hoping is, yes, another Zapper! Okay, thank goodness. We needed another one of these wonderful sea monsters if we wanted to start breeding up our own Zapper hydraulics, where we'll be producing, hopefully, quite a bit of cash and quite a bit of money if we can get the Zapperness going. Also, I wonder what, my money! No, we were supposed to get money! Hang on! Hang in there, everything! I'm sure we'll be able to, like, make some money somehow. I don't know where we might have to make the budget cuts, but we might have to make them. And maybe we should change if we have a campaign. Maybe that will help. What about, a sea monster campaign? No, we probably could do better than that. What about a prehistory mystery campaign since we're working on oh, excuse me? Hanging ferns? Hanging ferns! From having learned more about the time-traveling lone hedge. Where? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I am so happy right now! I'll take hanging ferns. Of course I will. Oh my gosh, that is so ridiculously exciting. And we do have another robot janitor that we've also been able to welcome in now. Oh my gosh, there he is. And hang on. And there he is! So it is a basic model robo janitor. We have Servo 1.0. So I've been thinking it would be a good idea to give these guys their own names and distinctions, but I didn't really think that through. Should I name her? Oh my gosh, what if we name them after appliances? And little toaster. The little toaster is all I can think of right now, little toaster. And then on the one hand, I'm a little scared of that idea. And on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, that sounds awesome. All right, well, prehistory and mysteries. I really think that, so they count as prehistory, mystery, prehistory stuff. I really think that that might be a good pivot for us to kind of focus on a little bit. And I'm not really sure where we would put it. But I think being able to run some prehistory campaigns might bring some people who are really fascinated in that stuff in. I also think we can do a lot with our new redesigned area that we've got for our staff and for our mechanics to tend to. And I would also just like to have more money in general. So let's double check our staff group, and I think we'll do, and hopefully someone will handle that fire. I'm not going to become panicked about that. Secret record store Michelle. Why don't we have you become assigned to like donation collecting and keeping an eye on what goes on in the science hall. Because it'd be good to have somebody constantly collecting donations in here if we're going to start doing a lot of new additions. And now that we have a pristine loan hedge, I think we might, and I kind of hesitated to say that. I said it very slowly because I'm tentatively approaching the idea. But I think we might go ahead and hire a space expert. Let's see if we can get a space expert here that we might be able to send out into space just to snag a few of the things we know we can already get our hands on, like the celestial cells that we could possibly put in to our science facilities that definitely would fit. Also, the panda pick filter broke. I'm gonna be honest, not that surprised that happened. And I would like to put our helipad in a new spot too. Do we have anywhere? The helipads really only have like very distant zones I could put them in. But it would be really nice to move some of our time travel stuff indoors. So, oh boy, so that we could focus on, you know, this problem here. And possibly making it so we can just like rotate our staff a little faster. And now that the Sea Dragons area is over here, maybe it would make more sense to have just like a little courtyard over here. Yeah, I think actually, you know what? Sometimes you must tear down what you have created in order to really make progress happen. So we're gonna move one of our choppers down low. And then we're going to think about what we might be able to do to make room for a time portal zone, which sounds really, really cool, actually. And possibly get ahead. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and like sell some of our old exhibits that aren't really that attractive to people. We're gonna sell a few of them, like the boa conductor exhibit that people actually find boring. Get ahead a little bit when it comes to the funding. And then I think we can start with wiggling a little path over here. And then we're gonna make a time traveler's room. I think that'll really help out. We might move one helicopter over to this side. We'll make a time traveler's room to start looking at these prehistory mysteries. And we might be able to even have a frozen room that we can start putting in some of those ancient relic frozen finds to kind of tie it together with, actually we need room for space, don't we? Literally space, like as in outer space. You know what? We're gonna tear it all down anyway, so another alternate yesterday fossil, which does need to be kept in that dry climate. So that's another pristine version. We'll keep both of those because now we have two alternate realities we're working with. And maybe one of those alternate realities is able to come up with a to-do list that, you know, actually is a little organized on my part. Can you imagine? I can't. Maybe that one doesn't exist. That's fine. All right, let's see. Where are my... There we go. We'll get some... No, my money. I needed that money. Well, we can start... I guess keeping things in a dry climate outside is good for some things, but I wanted to maybe put some of the space items on the inside. Are we gonna have to dehumidify all of that? That might be a little bit of a problem, actually. Are we really gonna do like a courtyard for this? Huh. All right. See, this is the alternate reality where we didn't do what I was planning on doing. And instead, we moved our time portal prehistory mystery over here and put some stairs over here. And we start moving our alternate yesterday fossils over. They're gonna need like these pieces are going to need some of the space stuff, and I don't know if our space items can go outside, but only a space expert would be able to tell us that. And it appears I was not here in time to like learn from the person we were trying to hire to be a space expert. So that's the way that the alternative timeline cookie crumbles sometimes, I suppose. And oh, do we have another offering? To make an offering for our sickly pair. You know what? Yes, we'll go ahead and sell our sickly pair for if somebody can appreciate how wonderful it is. That's very helpful. And then we need like a triangle piece from space, and we also need a circle piece from space to possibly run this time portal. I'm just waiting to see if our applicants are gonna help us out here. Serendipity Tumbleweed. Codename Serendipity Tumbleweed. I will be more than happy to hire a space expert who's also a bookworm. Yes! And it's Sunshine Astra. We're going to have you be a timeline threader, timeline threads, timeline tracker, Sunshine Astra. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're going to be kind of happy here. I would give you more of a raise, but I'm going to be honest, that's a little bit difficult at this moment. I hope, however, sending you off to outer space, will be able to make up for it, even if you do have to avoid the asteroid fields and possibly come back with meteor mites. And I can't help you with avoiding either the illness or the asteroid fields, but I can give you a hearty pat on the back and a lot of mental encouragement. Okay, now that we've got this going, the beautification beam's on fire. I'm pretty sure we have a permanent firefighter assigned to this zone. We do. They're taking care of it. That's why I'm not panicking. I don't know what you mean. Totally not panicking, because this is going to be fine. And let's get some info signs down for how the alternative timelines might play out. Like we can have our fan canon ideas of what alternative yesterday time traveler A and B would have done in their lives. And then maybe one over here too. And I bet we probably have some of the items that we could add. Maybe a prehistory playground, honestly, would be fine for over here, because you'd want to be reminded that like, hey, this would have been a cool prehistoric zone. Let's see, and then let's grab, there we go. We'll snag ourselves a handy dandy donation station so people can contribute to the fund for lost time travelers, just in case they would like to. And hey, look at that! A little bit of helicopter damage, and unfortunately you did end up with meteor mites, but our timeline tracker, Sunshine Astra, also brought home a pristine celestial cell! Woo! Amusing and an astral anomaly. Wonderful work, my friend. That also possibly will be one of the two things needed to power up our... we might need to move these things around just a little bit, but one of the things needed to possibly power up this time portal. I think that that is definitely worth putting the effort into trying to collect. All right, and no, okay, microbiology lab, dear bones, I need to not pick you up. I'm trying to, no, thank you. I'm trying to get the cell. No, just the cell. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. All right. We've got a little bit of a problem here because I'm just trying to move. There we go. This celestial cell. We're gonna scooch things over just a touch. And then I think I need to double check if our helicopter is being fixed. I just realized. All right, move our time portal over. Slide in the celestial cell that might end up powering it, that people might be quite fascinated by. I mean, it is very glowy. I would be fascinated by it. So we'll put that there. And look at that, one of the little lights are lit up. So hopefully that will help us out. Let's also have this maybe deter criminal activity as a perk, because it would be nice if people could like not steal this or like, I don't know, try to charge their phones on it before we're done. And I know you've got a bad case of meteorites timeline tracker, but if you could go back into space and try to see what else you could snag, that would be awesome. There are, oh wow, you're pretty sick though. I'm so sorry. We'll send you to the hot springs after this. So sorry about that. And look at that, we're already in level 3 with our Servo 1.0. I'm so proud of him. Maybe we will give him like a cheaper charge because he is a deluxe model now. And we'll see what we can do for the buzz bonuses. Near a space probe decoration. There's the floating balls. Here's the space probe. The space probe decorations probably would look they do look very in place for being here at our science facility, actually. On the one hand, I'm like, oh, why haven't we thought about putting out space probes before? And on the other hand, it's like, well, you know, it's not every day that you just think, I should just go ahead and add space probes in. Ooh, and we can put in these columns as some extra decor if we wanted to. What else do we have? All right, well, we have a very, very sick staff member. Oh, are you actually feeling fine now, Sunshine Space Astra? Maybe you popped into a alternate timeline. Oh my word. The space flower that prevents guest environmental decay. Considering how much upchuck and how much goop from the big slime pairs there is everywhere, that would actually be really amazing. I think that space and science just might get along, guys. I think they just might go a little hand in hand. Who could have predicted such a shocking turn of events? Huh? Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's see. Do we have our 6 staff members still? The health insurance, oh wow. Oh no, it spreads. I forgot how it spreads. Right, get out there. Go, 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 go. I totally forgot that meteorites does spread. We probably should send both of our staff members. Can I send both? I cannot send both. Well, that's a fine how do you do. I guess we'll have to go ahead and, okay, we can't even send somebody out to go on any other expeditions right now because we need the cash monies. But the good news is we've at least got something started for our little time zone area. I'm thinking, the prehistory mystery, I was gonna blend it more with like having some of the bones and things outside, but the galactic flower, I wonder if it would react if it was, I don't think it will react if it's inside the building and these cells are outside. So we'll leave it outside for now. We might move it inside in a little bit because it does seem like something that would fit in quite well with our robots. And speaking of our robots, I guess we did our upgrade for that mod. And we're actually making some money because people are excited about the prehistory stuff we have going on. So don't we have a lot of prehistory experts? And I'm gonna move the spa, the little spa point closer to, oh dear. I'm gonna move the little spa point closer too, because it just comes across to me as something that would be really refreshing to bump into when you're trying to relax. And let's give a entertainment boost because you probably feel a lot better if you get a little bit of water when you're, you know, in the jungle. All right, there we go, Sunshine Astra. That's one of our staff members back. And unfortunately, we might have spread meteorites to more people whilst we were waiting. And I totally forgot about that. Uh-oh. Oh, and the beautification station, thankfully, has been put out from being on fire. We'll sell some of the old fossils that we had in our back pockets that were not even of very high quality, so why not? And, the money went poof again. Well, sometimes, even when you take out a $200,000 loan, life comes at you kind of fast, and you find that a lot of things are catching on fire. But the good news is we kind of have the beginnings of what we could consider a really cool space expedition area going on. Again, not what I expected to work on, but here we are. And I think what we might do now, I think we might collect a couple more celestial cells just to see what happens if we mix these things together. But we will try to put the galactic bulb inside. And we'll try to set up like a tour area. I might need another space expert, but for now, I'm still waiting for our zappers to have more zip zappy babies for us. And we'll send, wait, meteor mites. I really need to remember to check my astronauts for meteor mites, but it looks like we're okay because nobody can go there right now. So I think we cured the meteor mites, thank goodness. Timeline tracker, Sunshine Astra. Once again, I must ask of you, if you could yeet yourself into space, that would really mean a lot at this moment. It might give us a little bit more of an edge. And I'm gonna see if we can get this area tidied up so people can learn a little bit more about our space guys that we have here and their alternative timeline lives. And now the Boggymen. Now the Boggymen want to infest our toilets. Now is not the time! But I like this a lot. Now is not the time for the Boggymen to be messing with us. And we're gonna need to make sure, like, look, we're already turned towards there. The security cameras are kind of overlapping the potential Boggyman zone. I didn't realize that we were so concerned. And we're gonna need, oh, we got meteor mites again, dang it. Oh, wow. I wonder if I can assign our robot janitors to a specific area for cleaning, because this is a little bit much. Maybe I'll just assign them to removing the tough stains for now, just to try to encourage that disgusting goop to be gone. All right, we're gonna get home from meteor mites. Do I have the security? I have, okay, security? We might have a lot more security than I think we need. And I never thought I'd say that, but if we're not, there's a Boggyman, I think. Okay, now I actually feel a little guilty because that person just looks like they're a normal guest who happened to be wearing a trench coat. But you know, when you've been warned that you're about to get robbed, you get a little jumpy about these things. Yes! It is actually a pristine triangle celestial cell. And that means that putting these things together might cause something to happen. Oh my word, we activated a prehistory mystery exhibit and it is an ancient advert promoting the museum through time and space here at the Alien Cat Cafe ad. That's given us a decoration boost to this. That's given us a decoration boost. All right, everyone, we're gonna send off our poor sick meteor mite space expert. Oh, it's spreading. Oh, it's really spreading. All right, off you go. We're gonna send off some of our staff to go and try to take care of those issues. We're going to get our robotic janitors assigned to focusing on, you know, just, okay, nope. All right, we're gonna figure out what we need to do in order to make some more money and keep the sprinkler pumps from being on fire. And unfortunately, I think I need to put our bungle booster boxes back out because that gives us a sponsorship deal. And if we're already sponsoring ourselves out to space aliens, I mean, here we are, and that's a sad situation right over here. All right, group trip to the hot springs. Next time, it's the hot springs episode. Like every anime needs that, right? When's the sports festival? Is that going to be our jogging team? I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.